Welcome back, Nighttime Nights. So today, in our final lesson, we're going to do our culminating activity. And our culminating activity involves looking up at the night sky to find constellations. So we're going to start today with an activity about how to use a sky chart to find constellations in the night sky.
Hello, my name is John. I do my observing from the Onion Creek Observatory here in Central Texas. Today we're going to learn how to use a star chart to identify planets, stars, and constellations in the night sky. Star charts are very valuable things to have, and even professional astronomers use them on a nightly basis. So let's get started. The first thing we will want to do is to get a free printable star chart from Sky and Telescope magazine. We're going to go to the skyandtelescope.org website, shown here, and we're going to click on the star chart button on the right here. That's going to bring us to this screen. Now we want to customize the star chart to show the proper part of the sky that we're interested in seeing. The night sky looks different depending on where you are located. Someone in East Texas looking up at, say, 10 o'clock will see a different part of the sky than someone in West Texas looking up at the same time. This means we need to tell the website where we will be when we want to use the chart. The easiest way to do that is to enter your zip code here. The part of the night sky that is visible also changes over the course of the evening as stars rise and set. Also, because there is motion around the sun, the stars rise about 4 minutes earlier each night, and the part of the sky that is visible changes week by week and month by month. This means we need to enter the time and date we will be using this chart so it can show the correct portion of the sky. You can ignore this UTC stuff right here. Finally, the chart can be customized to show only certain things. Because we are just starting out, we want an uncluttered chart. So let's start with just star names, constellation lines, and planet names. And click on Submit and Print. That will bring you to this screen, which shows us what our star chart is going to look like. Now that we have the chart, there are two other things we may need. We will want a flashlight to read the chart. A red flashlight is best because it preserves our night vision. If you don't have one, use a regular flashlight with either red cellophane or a red balloon over the end. If you can't get either of those, a white flashlight will do. If you have a compass, bring it along because it will be valuable to find north when we go outside. Okay, let's go out under the stars and use the chart. Find a dark place away from lights, such as street lights and porch lights. Take 4 or 5 minutes to let your eyes get accustomed to the dark. This will help you see the stars better. Also, if you can get away from trees, you'll see more of the sky and it will help. Now let's find the direction north with your compass and face that way. If you do not have a compass, let's face the direction where the sun set and take a quarter turn to our right. We'll then be facing north. Now, hold the chart in front of you with the print facing you and the words Sky Chart upside down on the bottom and the Sky and Telescope logo also upside down on the lower right corner. Now raise the chart above you so you can see it in the sky. Bingo. The chart should look like the sky and the sky should look like the chart. If you see a bright star planted in the sky, use the chart to identify it. If you keep it up for a few minutes, you should be able to start identifying other stars and planets and then the constellations. Now for mid-October, this is what the star chart is going to look like. This is the constellation Cygnus the Swan, which is almost directly overhead. It has a bright star called Deneb right at the top. Here is the constellation Pegasus, which is east of Cygnus. It is the Flying Horse constellation, identifiable by this large square. In the east, we see Mars, which is the bright red star. Should have no trouble seeing that. It's quite bright. And down in the southwest, also very bright, Saturn and Jupiter, very golden looking. That's it. I wish you clear skies and great stars. Have fun.
So now that we know how to use our sky charts to find constellations, we can learn about how to use them to help teach others about light pollution. It is so exciting that we all know so much about light pollution. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't know a lot about light pollution. And one way that we can teach others about light pollution is to take data. When we take data about how light pollution affects our community, we're able to help scientists learn more about light pollution and learn more about how to help our communities in responding to light pollution. And there's actually a great program that will help us take all this data. This program is called Globe at Night. Globe at Night is a program that lets citizens like you and me take data about light pollution all around the world. And when we take this data, again, we're helping the scientists learn more about light pollution. And we are actually able to become citizen scientists by helping them take this data and learn more about light pollution. So are you ready to go help? So to take data, each of us is going to go outside after dark with a responsible adult once a month. And during that time, we're going to use our sky chart to find a certain constellation in the night sky. Once we've found that constellation, we're going to answer a few questions for the Globe at Night program about how well we can see that constellation. These questions will help the Globe at Night program to figure out how much light pollution affects our community. If you want to go above and beyond, you can even take multiple points of data from places all along your street or from all around your city if a responsible adult wants to go with you. So now let's take a quick tour of the Globe at Night website to see how it works. Alright, so let's look around at the Globe at Night website. So this is globeatnight.org. And what we want to do first, we can see these 6 steps here to submit the data. And what we want to do first is we want to look at the dates that we are able to take data. So if you live in the northern hemisphere, you're going to look at this column, and if you live in the southern hemisphere, you're going to look at this column. So these lists show the dates that we are able to take data. We always want to take data during these dates because that is when the Globe at Night program has decided that these are the best times to view these certain constellations. So under each date, we can see the different constellations that we will be viewing. And we want to make sure that we go outside more than an hour after sunset, so about 8 to 10 p.m. local time. And also we want to make sure that we're always with a responsible adult. Especially when it's nighttime, we want to make sure that we're always with a buddy to stay safe. Okay, so once we have used our sky charts to find the constellation, we go over to the report tab. We're going to put in today's date and today's time, and then we're going to go down here to map out where we are. And by putting in the date and the time and the place, this is part of the data points for the Globe at Night program to know where to put the data point and how to help that community best. So then we're going to put in location comments. And this is just describing where you are. Maybe you're in a suburban area, maybe you're downtown, maybe you're in the countryside, and you want to put in how many lights you're able to see and anything like that. So over here, we're going to see a depiction of the sky. And each of these dots is a star. So maybe if there's a lot of light pollution, or I'm downtown in a city or something, and I'm not able to see any stars, or I'm just able to see a couple of stars, then I would want to click on this one. On the other hand, maybe I'm somewhere where there's barely any light pollution and it's super dark and I'm able to see the stars really, really well. So that if that were the case, then I would choose this button. So we want to sort of go between each of the different buttons and pick which one best illustrates what I'm able to see in the sky. So then we're going to go down to what were the sky conditions like that night. We're going to click how many clouds there were that night. So maybe it's just a quarter of the sky, or maybe it was a really clear night. And then we're going to put any other comments we want to put about the sky. So if you see light pollution, or if you see any sky glow or glare, then you would want to put that. In this part, we can just ignore unless you do have a sky quality meter, but most of us probably don't. And then once you've filled out all of this, you hit submit data. And another thing that is super important is we want to make sure that when we go outside, we want to give our eyes time to adjust to the dark. And this is going to let us see the most stars possible. If we go outside and quickly look up, we'll still be adjusting from being inside and probably having our lights on. But if we give ourselves 5 or 10 minutes to let our eyes adjust, then we're going to be able to see more stars and give the most accurate data to the Globe at Night program. And again, always make sure that you are going with a responsible adult. Always stick to the buddy system. By participating in Globe at Night's international program, we are helping the world reduce light pollution. We also get to become scientists to help take global data. So I don't know about you, but after learning all about how light pollution affects our world, I'm ready to get out there and help. So I challenge each and every one of you to take Globe at Night data once a month and help reduce light pollution all around the world. We're able to create change one data point at a time. So since this is our last lesson, let's think about everything we've learned. We've learned about constellations and how light pollution affects us. We've learned about glare and how to improve an unacceptable light, and so much more. And now that we have learned all of this, we're ready to use our knowledge to help save the world. To celebrate everything that we've learned, once you have completed the Fight for the Stars and the Globe at Night programs, you are able to earn the Dark Sky Patch. You can put this patch on a backpack, on your jacket, or anywhere to remind you of the importance of the night sky and reducing light pollution. Well, it's been so much fun being with you guys, and thank you so much for joining me on these lessons. To end off this lesson, I want to leave you with a quote by Sarah Williams. "I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night." Bye, nighttime nights.